It's amazing that anti-Islam party officials have converted to Islam. The reason is very surprising. Islamic Hidaya can come to anyone at any time, as experienced by Arnoud van Doorn. The anti-Islam former Dutch politician and former prominent member of Geert Wilders Freedom Party, PVV, is now a devout convert to Islam. In fact, he often spreads Islam in his home country. Previously, as a politician who was critical of Islam, Arnoud van Doorn and PPV often spread hate propaganda and Islamophobic issues throughout the Netherlands. In fact, he was involved in the making and distribution of the film Fitna, which insulted the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and sparked anger among Muslims around the world. So, what made Arnoud van Doorn decide to convert to Islam? Quoted from the Ape Astronaut YouTube channel, Thursday, 4/11/2021, Arnoud van Doorn was born to a devout Christian. He admitted that he used to have prejudice against Islam, like the views of people in other Western countries. According to him at that time, Islam was cruel, always oppressing women, terrorists, and so on. When Geert Wilders invited him to build a party together, he was interested and finally officially became a member. On the other hand, Arnoud van Doorn also became a member of the Hague City Council because he won the election. After joining PVV for 3 years, Arnoud van Doorn felt some doubts within himself. Many Muslims say that their view of the Islamic religion is wrong. Hearing that statement, of course, he was not surprised. They certainly spoke like that because it was part of Islam. After being in PVV for maybe 3 years, then I had some doubts. Muslims were talking to me, "You are wrong about Islam, you are wrong about its ideas." Actually, it is a very peaceful religion. Islam is a wise religion. In my mind, yes, of course you should say that, said Arnoud van Doorn. Even though he didn't care about hearing what the Muslims said, Arnoud van Doorn suddenly felt turmoil within himself. He felt that what he had done so far was a mistake. There was something inside me saying, "This is not good. Something is wrong. I want to know more about this. Is Islam really that evil?" said Arnoud van Doorn. Since that feeling emerged, he began to find out many things about the teachings of the Islamic religion. Arnoud van Doorn reads books, the Holy Quran, Sunnah, Hadith, and so on. That's when his view of Islam changed. He felt that there were many wise and beautiful things in the Islamic religion. Arnoud became increasingly active in studying Islam. Until finally, a Muslim colleague on the city council of The Hague invited him to the mosque. He had refused because he was afraid that many cruel and dangerous people would attack him. However, the colleague managed to convince him to go to the mosque. They also went to the mosque in The Hague city. When he arrived at the mosque, Arnoud realized that all this time his prejudice had been very wrong. The Muslims were actually very kind, friendly, and even accepted him sincerely even though they knew that he was anti-Islam. In fact, Arnoud was invited to chat with them. It was at that moment that he truly realized that Muslims were not as evil as he thought. I don't know exactly what happened, but something inside, it's hard to explain, seemed to say to me, "This is actually a wise religion. This is a beautiful religion. This is very peaceful." When I was at the mosque, I really felt the warmth. I didn't expect it and was a little confused, explained Arnoud. Feeling the turmoil within himself, Arnoud was really confused about what to do. He didn't even sleep all night because his brain was filled with those questions. Until finally, Arnoud decided to return to the mosque and talk again with the Muslims there. Then he started reading, studying, talking with many Islamic scholars and people. After going through a period of dilemma for 6 to 7 months, he thought that something beautiful had entered his soul. In this process, which took 6 to 7 months, I started to get curious. But in the end, I think it's not just curiosity. It's something beautiful, which has penetrated my soul. And it's really something I didn't know. Expected it to happen, but it happened, said Arnoud. After 2 months had passed, Arnoud decided to leave PVV because he felt that the party was not a suitable place for him. This is Arnoud's biggest move. The reason is, after leaving PVV, he couldn't have a job and a steady income because people already knew him as part of the anti-Islam group. Nevertheless, he still didn't care. Finally, his inner strength continued to grow and develop as the months passed. After deepening his Islamic religion, he felt that Islam was his identity, until finally, he decided to become a convert. The more I read about Islam, the more I studied Islam, talked to other Muslims, the more it felt like, this is who I am. And it ended with the Shahada, of course, Arnoud said. Since officially becoming a convert, he has thought about helping other Muslims in the Netherlands to spread Islam. He believes that with all the power of Islam, politicians and media opponents of Islam will lose when fighting Islam.